Yep. She's definitely pumping out heat. What's going on, everybody? ChumpChangeXD here. Hopefully you're all staying healthy and having a great day. So in this video, I need to figure out what to do with these two rigs. And that's what motivated me to make that little grow tent, just because it's way too hot down here. To be honest, I probably should have got a thermometer, but I don't have one. Just trust me, it's not comfortable. That's the window I'm going to be exhausting the grow tent out of, and this is where I'm going to put it. So I'm going to get rid of this printer that's right here, because this thing actually broke on me not too long ago. This wire rack is going to be what is going inside of that grow tent. We're going to be ripping apart these two Veta frames with all these cards. We're going to be hanging the GPUs off this, mounting a motherboard, and getting this thing up and running inside the grow tent. So first step is basically cleaning out that little corner. Gotta slide this rack over so my computer is not in the way of getting the grow tent in here. I might have to shut this down and disconnect it. I'm not really sure. But let's go get the grow tent. Let's throw it down here. We'll assess how big it is, and then we'll try to figure out what we got to do over here. Here she is. Alright, so I'm going to need two hands for this. I cannot hold the camera and do it at the same time. But if you guys can see, I threw a piece of cardboard in here. And I threw one on this side as well, because I actually took that extension cord and I plugged this in to see how the airflow was. Blocking the filters a little bit made the airflow a little better, because it was kind of forcing it in, basically making it more of a negative pressure. So I think I'm going to leave the cardboard in there for now, and I'll assess the situation as we go. Obviously, as you guys know, I can add another fan here if I need to. I can always add another one here and here as well, but I'm not going to anticipate doing that right this second. I do think I'm going to at least add one here in the near future, and basically put like a Y fitting up high and tie them together and then have them exhaust out in one pipe. But like I said, that's the near future. So let me carry this thing into the studio and we'll see you in a second. So what do you think? Not too bad, right? So I actually went ahead and I actually stuck one of the smaller Home Depot wire racks in there. And it actually fits nicely. Plenty of room all around it. So after I put this in here, I'm sitting here looking at these rigs, and I voted against ripping them apart. Only because I want to make sure that this works properly before I do so, because once I rip these apart and I stick them in here to be permanent, I don't want to have to realize that these are going to be running too hot and we have an issue. So what I'm going to do is basically just take these two Veta frames, I'm going to stick them in here, stack them up, plug them back in exactly how they are, and just turn them back on. That way it gives me some time to run the exhaust vent from there up to the window, and this video won't be too long. So give me 1 minute. I'm going to get into HIVEOS. I need to shut these cards down. I'm going to let them run for a minute so they cool down, and then we will continue to unplug them and move them into the grow tent. So you guys will see that all done in 3, 2, 1. Both rigs stacked nice and neat inside this tent. Fits perfectly. Plenty of room up above. All right, so I guess let's turn this on. I plugged the internet in and the power into both of them, and I basically just ran the cables along the bottom up the side here, and they're just going to be laying over the top. So the zipper, when that comes up, it's going to pinch it down to the plastic right here. So I kind of bunched the cord from the fan here all around, just to kind of act as a hold, so it keeps everything nice and neat, nice and close together. Then I'm going to plug it in, and you know, it should again hold it nice and tight. So yeah, let's get these fired up. All right, let's fire this one up. So this rig right here is actually still in Windows, and this one's in HIVEOS. So we're gonna get this thing fired back up. I'm gonna leave the door here open until I actually run the ductwork from there to up there. So, all right, everything's coming back on. I'm actually going to wait on getting this back up and mining. I just wanted to make sure the cards actually worked. HIVEOS is starting up right now on its own, so I'll let that one start up. I'm not going to do the other one. I just want to see how the heat is for right this second. And yeah, let's go get the ductwork, and we'll bring it in and we'll throw it there. So again, I'm using this 6-inch termination collar and some of this 6-inch R6 insulated flexible duct. So let's go throw it in. Alright, so here we are. I actually cut a piece of pink foam and I just stuck it up there so you guys could see it. So now I'm going to take it down and I'm going to be opening the left side of the window because that's the side with the screen on it. So we're going to take this. Honestly, it doesn't matter right or left because we can obviously flip it around if we had to. But what I'm going to do is lay this upside down, and I'm just going to basically make an imprint by pushing down on it without cutting my hand open. Alright, so that's a circle. So now I'm going to take my knife and I'm going to cut this out. Alright, so I got the transition fitting in the foam. What I did was I cut a hole and I fed it through the back side. So it's not sticking through as far as it normally would be, but this is perfectly fine. So now I gotta open this box and just slinky it over, tie it onto that. So as you can see, I got that collar on and the tube tied to it. So I had some of these zip ties in my work van. This is what HVAC guys use for this insulated duct. They actually, I know you can't really see it, but there's like a little ridge right here where the zip tie can't get over. And they actually have a tool that's like a crimper tool that actually sucks the zip tie real tight. I don't have that. I don't really need it, so all is well. I'm just gonna take this now. I'm gonna transfer it up to there, and then we're gonna cut it the length we need, tie it to the top of the fan, and go from there. So what a mess. Quick pointer, open the window before you smash in foam. Because I started putting it in and then I was like, damn it, I forgot to open the window, so I had to pull it back out and then open it so I could put it back in. But anyways, this is now over to where it needs to be. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna pull back that ceiling foam up there, if you guys could see it, and I'm gonna run the ductwork over the 2x4 that I have for the eventual door that will be in front of this. So I'll run it up and over, and then I'll have it come down, so basically that 2x4 will just hold it up there so it's not kind of dangling, and then I will zip tie it right to there. So I started to mark where I need it cut open. I just took my knife and I made a slit. Alright, so now basically I'm going to take my knife, I'm going to cut all the way around this, I'm going to spread apart the insulation, and then I'll cut the plastic. Alright, so basically now just take your knife, pop a hole into one section, and literally you could just spread it apart. Alright, so now when you get to a point of, you see the spiral is connected on both sides, you need to cut this metal. I got this electrical tool. This is what you cut wires with. Basically, just snip it off. And that's it. Then I have all that left over for another grow tent eventually. Exciting. Alright, so she's all up and running. As you can see, ductwork goes up and right out the window. Works pretty nice, but now I need to go take a shower because I don't know if you guys ever dealt with insulation before, but yeah, it's a pain in the butt. It gets everywhere, especially when it's hot. Alright, real quick, so I have all my fans set to 80 and the temperatures are just under 60. So what I'm gonna do is close this thing up. I just got the bottom rig, which is the For the Wind 3 rig, up and mining in Windows. So I'm gonna close this tent. and I want to see how hot the temps get inside HIVEOS on those cards, just because I don't have a thermometer to put inside the tent. But I can tell you what, this fan right here, it was exhausting some pretty nice warm air. The temperature in this studio is already a hell of a lot different. Well, that's kind of scary. So I just upped the fan speed and I unzipped the tent. So what I'm gonna do is I am gonna get another fan and I'm gonna stick it in here, and then I'm gonna wire it together into this. So basically double the power is pushing out that exhaust, because it is too hot and it doesn't work as well as it should. But I mean, guys, even leaving the door open like this and having the fan running up top, exhausting out the window, it is still keeping my office, or the studio rather, way cooler. So all right, so it's now been, I'd say, roughly 30 minutes. I have the tent unzipped that far. Yes, a little bit of heat is radiating from here, but to be honest, it's really not much at all. A little bit more back there behind the computer, but either way, my studio is 1,000 times cooler, and I am beyond excited, because that was my main goal, just to not have the heat from the rigs right here literally pumping directly up my stairs. It wasn't fun, and it literally, every time you open the basement door, you just get hit with heat right in the face, and it wasn't that's not what I want. I don't want to be making my copper water pipes sweat, or you know, my AC run 24/7 on my first floor because heat's radiating upstairs. So this is solving my issue, which is nice. The temperatures did raise a tiny bit, so right now we're about 70 degrees. When I had the actual entire tent zipped up, they went up to like 72 degrees probably 5 minutes in, and obviously I can't have that. That's not safe. I don't want to have my cards melt or anything catch on fire, so I'm not going to have things run that hot. I would rather leave the tent unzipped until I can actually manage to get another fan put in right here. I'll probably go to the store either tomorrow or the next day. I might just eat the fact that I bought this insulated ductwork, and I might end up purchasing some hard smoke pipe just to go directly outside. But I haven't really decided yet, because to be honest, smooth pipe makes air travel faster and more efficient. Even though it radiates, like the aluminum flex tube stuff, smooth pipe will also radiate if it's not insulated. But I do have some bubble wrap back in my crypto mining garage, so I might end up grabbing that. I'll grab some smooth pipe and I'll come and pipe this thing in. But as always, guys, I hope you enjoyed watching this video, because this was actually very fun for me to do, and to be honest, clearing the space on the shelf and making my studio cooler is that was the whole goal, and I'm super excited. But yeah, guys, so as always, I appreciate you all for watching. Please stay safe, and I'll see you guys real soon. Peace.